Alright, hello everyone, what is up? My name is Marshall, and today we are starting episode number 21 of this Hoffenheim career mode. And today, we're going to go over some transfer business, but first, very first, we're going to play the European International Cup final against Zenit St. Petersburg. Obviously, they beat us 3-0 in the reverse fixture, so we really need to turn up in this game to win this tournament. I think I'm going to just go with this team, might make a bunch of subs during the game, but let's get into it. Okay guys, so in all the excitement of the game, I forgot to look at the match recap because something very exciting happened towards the end, but we would get the first goal and it was a wonderful bit of play. Emil Forsberg tucked it home in the 26th minute, I think, and yeah, it was a very nice goal. And unfortunately, I didn't really feel like going through to cut out all the parts, so I'm just going to show you the goals. And this next one has a little bit of live reaction, because obviously I was planning to do the match recap function at the end, so I wasn't going to show the full goal. But here is the live reaction from this next highlight.
Good possession play. Now it's been taken away from them. Now the shot.
Oh! And honestly, I just felt so bad because I always do that. I just give the ball away foolishly. Mitchell Weiser with a nice assist there. Straight to, I forget who it was. I think it was Shatov. I could be wrong. But he rounds vote well, and I felt like Baumann maybe could have done a bit better. So, guys, penalties it is. We're going back to live for this one. 1-1 it finished in the end, and now it's penalties, and penalties are only good live. It was a very good game to play. Both teams played quite well, I thought, and that looks good. No, let's not do that. That looks good. I always like to put one of my strongest penalty takers towards the end because I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're all about the same. Mark Uth to step up first and take it, and he scores, puts it to the right of the keeper. This is for about 2 or 3 million extra pounds. This could make or break a signing in our season. And Yuri Zhirkov sends Oliver Baumann the wrong way. Next, Eugen Polanski. And I'm going to put it right over to the right. Good penalty from Eugen. The keeper has not moved once in this shootout. Now Sio up to the spot. He's going to chip it. Oh, he goes very nice penalty to the left. Baumann would not have saved that even if he had chosen the right way. Fedor Smolov. Oh, it just about makes it in. Keeper couldn't quite get a hand to it. Danny now to step up with the long run up. Which way is he going to put it? I think he's going to go right. He's gone straight up the middle, and that almost missed. Wow, okay, Fabian Scher, our best penalty taker. And it's a wonderful penalty into the side netting. Corcoran up next. Everyone scored so far. Will he miss? He's stuttering. He's going up the middle. Oh, he goes to the right, an obscure place. Philip Uks next, and he's hit the post. Oh no. Okay, well, Baumann has to save Robbie Mack's penalty, otherwise Zenit St. Petersburg will win the shootout, and he scored. So we've lost on penalties thanks to Philip Uks missing one. He hits the post, and that is the preseason tournament, guys. Very close to winning it, but we weren't able to quite pull past Zenit St. Petersburg. And that's not looking very promising for the Champions League because they are a team that we will need to beat if we want to qualify through the group stages. They only had one shot on target through the whole game, but they did have the majority of possession. We needed to take more of our chances, but actually I thought we played pretty well in 90. I think we deserved a little bit more, but I'm still very happy to make it to the preseason tournament final, and I think I have a very good idea of what we need. And so, after that game, let's get into some of this stuff. So, we decided that we would sell Terracino. He's gone. They're happy with that. Tolyan's out for 3 weeks. Doesn't really matter because we don't have any games for 3 weeks. Now, Bayer Leverkusen are willing to pay us 16 million. And I'm going to stall. No, I'm not. I'm going to reject it, guys. Because I'm going to try to loan him out, I think, because I'm just not getting the money that I want from him. So we're going to do that loan recall thing and see if we can get anybody to take him on loan, and then we can try to recall him immediately. So we were going to remove him from the transfer list, and we are going to add to 1-year loan. And hopefully somebody comes in for a bid there. Now on to the short list. You guys gave me a bunch of suggestions. Thank you so much for those. I just want to keep in mind, though, I really want to keep these signings like somewhat realistic, and so some of them were really good. Others I wasn't too crazy about. Like, I'm probably not going to be picking up Yuri Tielemans. Obviously, he's just gone to Monaco, and he is like the most generic signing ever. And I want to try to keep these as unique as possible. So I apologize if your player didn't get put on the short list. We've just added a few. I'll scroll through here. Naby Keita, someone that I intentionally didn't put on, but you guys seem to want him in, so we might go for him a little bit later. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I don't want to sign generic players that are signed a lot, but if you guys want to, I'm totally down with signing whoever. This guy looks interesting. Jean-Paul Boetis, I think is how you pronounce it. Not sure that we need somebody in his position, but I'm not sure where he can play. He can probably play all around in multiple positions, but we'll check him out. We'll scout him up. And also, one other player that I was very interested by is Per Mertesacker. This would be a very, very interesting signing, and his contract is expiring soon, so he's probably going to start going down as soon as we buy him, but I want to see if we can get him on the cheap, because if we can get this guy for very, very low amount of money, that would be absolutely great, because he is a good player. So we'll offer $6 million, and I think if they counter with something like, you know, legitimate, we might go in for him. Probably not going to go for any of these guys, not Abdenor, not Pogba, Bastos, or Willy Orban. I'm probably going to want to go for some of these guys. And I'm going to start out by putting in a bid for Yannick Vestergaard. We will go in with an initial bid of 11 million, and we'll see what they say about that. And I think I'd also like to put in a bid for Jeffrey Bruma, the Chelsea rejected player as a young player. Then he was sold to Wolfsburg, I believe. And let's see, he's just signed a new deal. We'll also try 11 million for him. He is 1 rating higher and 1 year older than Vestergaard, so we could go for him. And Mangala is somebody interesting that I thought we could go for. Interest shown by Inter Milan. They don't have a recommendation, so we'll go in with 10 million. Manchester City would take a huge loss, obviously, if we only paid them 10 million for him. But he could be decent in game. I'm just really not too sure what to expect. And I think I'm going to hold off on these other guys for a little while. Excuse me. And, yeah, so center back's looking good. And at holding midfield, I think we're going to wait for a scout report back on Riedewald, because he could play both holding midfield and a little bit further forward. But I'm interested in Danilo Pereira. Obviously, he's a very good player, and he'll cost us quite a bit of money, I would guess. So we'll try to exchange Rudy, maybe. We can get 9.5 million, and so then we'll offer them an extra 9 million. I think 9 million plus Rudy, see if that can work, because we haven't gotten a single offer for him yet. And it would be great if we could sell him and get a better player in as well. And let's see, there's not too many other players here that I'm keen on going for just yet. I'd like to get in a center back before we continue. Yudis Mali is somebody that I'm seriously considering buying in, but I'm just not sure if we'll have enough money. We need a transfer offer for Nicolas Sula to come in before we can really consider anything else, because I don't want to use him as make-way, because I know that he's better than everyone else that we're looking at. So if we're unable to persuade any of the people that we've just asked for, put in bids for at center back, then we might have to go for someone even better, and we'll put Sula in as make-way and add money in, because I feel like if we offered Sula in just as a straight swap for Vestergaard, they would accept that, because Sula is much better than Vestergaard. But let's see what they say about these deals. Alright guys, transfer offer for Primož Švegler from Norwich. They've offered us a little bit lower. We need every penny we can get, so we'll go up to 5 million. Hopefully they do not reject that, but it's only 1,100,000 more, so I think they should be willing to at least give us a counter, and we'll probably accept it if it's over his valuation. Both of these offers have been rejected because they're not interested in Rudy, which is interesting. I was pretty sure they would be. So I guess we'll just have to go with straight cash. We'll go in with 14 million at this point. I think is a good, reasonable offer. Danilo Pereira is somebody that's very, very good, obviously. They probably won't accept that though. And Yannick Vestergaard, they want 25 million. That's a hefty price tag for him. Let's go up to 14.5. See what they say there. Baby steps. 14 and 4 is fine, I guess. And we'll accept that. So submitting an offer for Yannick Vestergaard. Hopefully they will accept that. And let's get a little bit further into the window. Alrighty guys, so Philip Ooks has gone up to 76 rated. I'm very excited to use him a little bit more throughout the season. And Grulich is getting closer to 76, and Akpoguma will slowly be growing. I don't think I'm ever going to take him out of training this whole year because he does have that 83 potential, and that is very, very nice. City have rejected our offer for Mangala, too low, and they've just flat out rejected our offer for Mertesacker. Alright, so we'll go in for Parent Mertesacker again, and we will offer them 8.5, I think. Because I think we can get him between 6.9 and 9 million, so we'll go sort of on the higher end of that. And City want 21 million for Mangala. We will go up to 14 on him. I don't know how I feel about buying Mangala because he was never very good. Kranoviter is somebody that we scouted. He doesn't look to be somebody that we're going to look to bring in because I don't think he's quite good enough for that holding midfield role. And we get a scout report back for Naby Keita, 79 rated at 22. He is obviously a very good player. And Jeffrey Bruma, they've just flat out rejected it. Alright, so clearly we're going to need to pay a lot more. We're not going to be able to lowball any of these guys. We'll go up to 14 for Jeffrey Bruma as well. I expect all of those 14 million bids to be rejected, but I think just testing the waters a little bit lower is going to knock that price just down, just that little bit that we need. Okay guys, so Hamburg have made a transfer offer for Bazor for 8.5 million. Now that is quite reasonable. But the great news here is that Yannick Vestergaard, they've accepted 14,400,000. That is absolutely good news. Now let's see. We'll go. He only wants 35 grand a week. That is great for him. We'll go in with that. 3 years, no squad role. Hopefully he signs because this would be a great bit of business. He's got loads of potential, and he is a former Hoffenheim player. Now, speaking of Bazor, I don't think we've gotten a scout report for him back. He's obviously gone to Wolfsburg in real life this January. So maybe we could bring him to the Bundesliga. Not Riedewald. Where is he? Bazor. We don't have the full scout report back, but for 8.5 million, I feel like they could be getting quite a bargain on this guy. We have to act fast. So, So we're going to lose 14 million, which leaves us with 9 million left. And Bazor, I'm just not sure if he's going to be right. Alrighty guys, well I figure that there's no harm in matching their bid and just going a little bit cheekily over it. So we'll just go 8.51 million there because I want to make sure he's got small wages so we can adjust the wage budget down. Both Vestergaard and Bazor have small wages, but I feel like we could get a bargain for him and hopefully his scout report gets back soon. Manchester City looking at Carrasco, that's interesting. Norwich have matched 5 million for Schwegler. Awesome, he will be leaving the club, hopefully. They keep rejecting for Mangala and Pereira, and I think we're going to pull out of those deals. Nikolai Rapp, 1-year loan at Erzgebirge Aue. He will go there, and hopefully he can grow a little bit, because he does have decent potential, I think. So for Mangala, they want 21 million, and I think I'm just going to hold off on these two deals. Because there are players that I'd like to bring in, but I don't think we're going to have the money right now. We're going to need to get Sula in before we can do those. They want 14.5 million for Mertesacker, so I'm just going to leave all those in my inbox so I can counter them at some point, but we're going to need to get these. Vestergaard is coming in. They got a 9 million bid for Bazor. That is not good. They've accepted an offer for another team. That's not good either. So let's go in and let's submit a new offer of 9.10 million because we want to get as cheaply as we can for him because I'm still not sure if he's the right person. I think I kind of want more of an out-and-out holding midfielder. But Vestergaard is going to be coming into this team, guys. I'm very excited about this signing. I think he's the center back that can replace Sula, and he is a former Hoffenheim player. He was not that great when he was here, but he was part of that famous game away at the Signal Iduna Park when Hoffenheim came from 2-0 down to secure their place in the Bundesliga. That was an absolutely magical game for this football club. And yeah, I think he can be a good signing. He's going to grow a little bit. We're going to put him straight into the starting lineup for Bachakcic, I think, and we'll drop Hubner down to the bench. Yannick Vestergaard is in the team. Yannick Vestergaard is right into the team, and I'm very excited about this move, guys. I think he can be a good center back, and I think he's good enough to replace Niklas Sula. Alright, guys, so Schwegler is gone, 3.9 million back into the transfer budget. They want a lot of money for Jeffrey Bruma. A lot of offers going in for Butsoer. 9 million. Ours is still the highest, I think. But let's check out the youth squad reports. This guy has gone to Barnet. That's fine. Yeah, none of these guys are really good and too good because I want high values and we want 94 potential. So I just leave them in there and then they go to other clubs, which is fine. Yeah, not really too crazy on any of these guys. We just need to wait to make sure that those potentials like don't go down, because if it drops below 94 in the youth scout, they're probably never going to be good enough to play. But I'm not too sure. Let me know if you guys think I'm being too harsh in scouting these players. But they've rejected. Wait, we put in a new offer, so we can delete that email. But these 4 people are players. I'm probably not going to sign any of them except for Mertesacker and Danilo Pereira, because our first priority should be holding midfielder, so I think we should go in for that. We don't have that much money left, but also we haven't sold Rudy or Sula either, and I think we can get a fair amount of money for them. So I'm wondering if we could, since we haven't gotten an offer for either of them, I'm wondering if we could use Sula as make-way and try to get an absolutely world-class holding midfielder, because Sula, let's see how much he's worth on his own. I think he's the most expensive player in our team. Yeah, 19.5 million. That is great. So I think if we went in, how much money do we have left in the budget? Let's see. We have quite a bit of wage budget that we're not going to need here. So let's move this down to 75.25. That leaves us with 16 million after the Vestergaard deal. That is great news. So I'm just wondering here what we should do. Alrighty guys, so that's where we're going to end off today's episode, but we need you guys to help out, because here is the dilemma. We haven't gotten a single transfer offer for a Nicolas Sula or Sebastian Rudy, 2 players that we're definitely going to sell. So Sula is worth 19.5 million and Rudy is worth 9.5 million, and so I think what we're going to do is we're going to use these guys as make-way in other deals. So Nicolas Sula, 19.5 million. We could go for an absolutely world-class holding midfielder. We have 16 million in the budget and plenty of money in the wage budget. So give me some ideas of holding midfielders. I don't want center midfielders. I want a holding midfielder, out-and-out holding midfielder to go alongside Vogt here. And we'll drop Demirbay down to the bench because I don't really think he is the type of player that can be a holding midfielder. He can do it sometimes, but I think we need a really strong block in that defense. Maybe that's Naby Keita. Let me know what you guys think. But I think it's looking pretty good for Season 2 of this Hoffenheim career mode. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure to smash that like button. And if we hit 10 likes, I'll upload another episode of this Hoffenheim career mode right away. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all again in the next episode.